Let's bow our heads until the
Program today, let your guidance and protection be upon us. Send your spirit to us and give us wisdom. We thank you for all the blessings we have received. We also thank you for the lives of the people in this place. Be glorified in everything we do. In your name we pray. Amen.
Ayan, mabuhay and welcome to the celebration of the 2020 National Science and Technology Week with the team Agham at Teknolohiya sa Sandigan ng Kalusugan, Ka- Kabuhayan, Kaayusan at Kinabukasan. And I am Jake Lloyd Pena, your host for this morning from DOST Calabarzon. We are now down to the last few days of the official National Science and Technology Week. It has been a fruitful event which definitely piqued everybody's interest, mapa business owners, students, or even just a curious individual. Talaga namang may iba't ibang may offer ang NSTW para sa inyo. At bagamat National Science Technology Week ito, bawat regional offices, research and development institutes at sectoral planning councils ng DOST ay talaga namang nag-prepare at may ihinain sa inyo. Kaya naman tumagal ang ating NSTW ng ilang buwan. We know these are tough times, especially with the current situation of the pandemic. But DOST will not let this pandemic hinder the process of delivering knowledge sa ating publiko. Kaya naman with the help of technology, sama-sama tayo ngayong umaga kahit na nasa iba't ibang panig tayo ng bansa. To our Zoom participants, if you have online food seller friends that you want to tap para maisama, or gusto lamang namin sabihin that we are also live in our Facebook page, that's at DOST Calabarzon. To our Facebook viewers, mga kasama namin dyan, join us in our celebration today by sharing your quarantine food selections in the comments and use our official hashtags for today. Hashtag FSET, hashtag DOST.ph, hashtag DOST Calabarzon, and hashtag NSTW2020. Lastly, hashtag Science for the People. First of all, again, I would like to greet everyone a great morning ahead and acknowledge ang ating mga kasama ngayon. Sisimulan ko na sa mga kabaro ko dito sa DOST, the regional food safety teams of DOST, our partners from different national government agencies and local government units, private sectors, and of course, our MSMEs. Mga kasama nating mga online food sellers, media partners, at ikaw, na kasama namin nanonood. Also, would like to acknowledge the presence of the former Assistant Regional Director for Technical Operations of DOST Calabarzon, Dr. Lydia Mangian. Hello po, ma'am. Dr. Rene P. Maga Masbad, the Provincial Health Officer of Laguna, and his team, Engineer Peter Herrera, for Environmental Health Protection Coordinator of DOH Region 4A, Ms. Justine Ann Maribong, and Ms. Shariana Kaina P. Alba of Food and Drug Regulations Officers from the Food Safety Unit of FDA. Going back, we are celebrating the National Science and Technology Week, and with it is a package of different science, technology, and innovations related to kalusugan, kabuhayan, kaayusan, at kinabukasan. Bilang parte ng kalusugan sector, inihahandog ngayong taon ng isa sa pinakabagong proyekto ng DOST Calabarzon. Samahan kaming kilalanin si Jonah ng online food sellers. Pero bago yan, tinatawagan po namin ang Regional Director ng DOST Calabarzon, a true visionary who formally welcomed all of us and give his inspirational message. Let's pass the screen to Dr. Alexander R. Madrigal.
Thank you very much, Jake. Good morning to everyone. I would like to, am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Jake, okay, thank you. Would like to greet some of our important guests. In addition to what Jake has mentioned, I special mention I would like to greet Ms. Angela Cristel Dalao, the Managing Director of the Institute for Food Safety Advancement, who will be talking to us and giving us some insight on what is this topic about. Our friends also from the Glenwood Technologies International Incorporated. Siyempre, yan yung mga patarasas natin, food safety magazines. Friends and colleagues from the STFNRI and the food safety teams of the UST regional offices nationwide. Special mention also to our previous Assistant Regional Director, Dr. Lydia Manguillat. How are you, Ma'am Lydia? Yeah, I would like also to give that particular acknowledgement that this particular activity that we are holding has been one of the brainstorm that we developed with Dr. Lydia Manguillat. So thank you, Ma'am Lydia, for joining us. Also, a special mention to Mr. Mark Del Rosario, the founder of Let's Eat Pare. So, baka may mapupulot tayo ngayon sa mga vlogs na ibibigay sa atin ni Mr. Mark Del Rosario. To our home-based food processors and online sellers, magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. Tungkol naman to sa kabuhayan at medyo may tema ng kalusugan. So again, we would like to give this particular event dedicated to our frontline food service entrepreneurs. So, okay, I'm sure we all experienced the sudden shift, even a drift in our social media pagdating sa mga timeline natin na tinitingnan, no? From seeing vacation pictures to our friends, relatives, and neighbors, na bigla na lang makita natin, uy, food enterprise na siya, food entrepreneur, at nagsesell na siya ng homemade delicacies. What does it mean? It means that it flattens already the playing field of the business opportunities in the pandemic area. So hindi yan disadvantage. Sabi nga, when disaster broke, opportunities evolved. So, and if you think about this, is really a good side as it has expanded the business industry and opened up opportunities for more people. Dati meron tayong nakilalang teacher sa private school, nawalan siya ng trabaho, and then ito na, nagpebenta siya ng, at kumikita online, no? So, but what we should emphasize now that because of that opportunity, there comes some responsibilities. We must also ensure that food safety is practiced even in this pandemic time, both as a producer and even as a consumer, okay? So this is why precisely the reason behind why the UST Calabarzon decided to push for the food safety self-assessment tool, so we say FSSAT.
Here at home, but at the same time, what's going to happen
technology and innovation can help you improve your business and to ensure that you are serving quality, safe, and standard dishes and delicacies. This food safety assessment, self-assessment tool or package does not just consist of a series of questions, but also comes with assistance from the UST to ensure you that you, as our food producer and manufacturers in your homes, are well educated and linked to proper agencies that can help you grow and standardize your businesses. Aside from that, the food safety assessment tool is also proud. It's a proud combination of the UST Calabarzon best that we could offer. This is a proud collaboration between our food safety teams, our management information system, and our developer of the information system. So online, you could check it, parang checklist, and then try to find out if you are complying to the standards. Sabi nga, kung ikay bugising sa umaga, di ba, pupunta ka sa isang salamin, harap ka sa salamin, titingin mo, hoy, check, maganda ang eyebrow ko ngayon. Check, maganda yung aking eyelashes. Check, maganda yung aking aura. Okay, check, check, check. So sabi mo, sana all, laging check. So that's how we will like you to do at your food safety self-assessment tool. It will give you an idea if your food is already ready and you are ready to engage in a confident and a competent manner in your own business. So food safety assessment tool is a package in a way that it is hopefully easy to understand and up to date when it comes to the platform as you can access it online. Libre. Hindi mo kailangan bayaran. Okay? So marami na rin kaming ginawa mga food safety assessment tools pagdating sa mga business na gumagawa din mismo sa kanilang factory, sa kanilang gawaan at nagbebenta doon sa mga karinderya. But now, since online na ang selling, dapat online na rin yung ating mga tools. Okay? So what are the possible benefits of this? You will gain confidence, di ba? On the food safety quality of your food, and you will have competence in the craft. So pagdating ng araw, pwede ka na mag-vlog ng iyong ginagawa so that na-encourage yung iyong buyer na, uy, level up ito at saka compliant talaga sa standard. Pakikita mo yung gawaan mo, pakikita mo yung food mo, and then hindi lamang yung picture ng food. What's the story behind the food that you are selling? Okay ba yan? So pwede ka maggawa na, check. Pagkatapos ito, check ito, check ito. Okay, so that's how we will do it now. As a closing, I would like to always tell you that the UST has always been supportive of young businesses. This is young, very young online businesses, lalo yung mga hindi talaga makapagtayo ng malaking outlet at makapagpunta diretso sa mga consumer. We offer several programs to help you grow by integrating science, technology, and innovation into your processes. And our newest offering, sabi nga natin, is our food safety self-assessment tool. We hope to be your partner, an active partner, and effectively support you in helping you grow and prosper in your business, online business. And in turn, we hope and pray for your continued support for the UST and its offerings. Hand in hand, let us achieve and strive to be better. A better person, a better entrepreneur, and a better businessman. Let our motto be, safe food for everyone, by everyone, through science, technology, and innovation. Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat.
Ayan, thank you very much, sir. And magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. Tama naman po si sir. Talaga naman, ng DOST Calabarzon stays true to its goal and aiming its objective of achieving safe foods for everyone, by everyone, through science, technology, and innovation. Now, before we give you the project details of FSAT na para sa mga online food sellers, kagaya ni Jonah, we have prepared a special topic para sa inyo. Siyempre, mahalaga pa rin na maipasa natin ang mga importansya ng food safety even amidst this pandemic. To begin, we have invited one of our partners na talaga namang matunog at kilala na sa field of food safety to talk about the hygiene and sanitation technologies For the home-based and online food sellers, a registered microbiologist and the current managing director of the Institute for Food Safety Advancement of Glenwood Technologies International. We have Miss Angela Cristel Dalao.
Thank you very much, Jake, for that very kind introduction. So let me just share my screen. Okay, so magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. Wait lang ha, let me just... Alright, so good morning ulit and welcome sa launch ng new project ng DOST. So again, I'm Angela Cristel Dalao from the Institute for Food Safety Advancement. So for this morning, pag-uusapan natin yung hygiene and sanitation technologies for home-based and online food sellers. Pero before anything else, let me first introduce our company. Okay, so our parent company is Glenwood Technologies International Incorporated, and we are the leader in the distribution of premium rapid test kits for food safety in the Philippine market. So Glenwood yung nag-start ng pagdidistribute ng test kits for mycotoxins such as aflatoxins, food allergens, and as well as ATP monitoring system. Tapos, in our quest to improve the food safety in the Philippines, we launched the Food Safety Trends PH magazine. So this is the first magazine in the Philippines which is centered or nagfo-focus sa food safety. And then just last year, 2019, we launched the Institute for Food Safety Advancement or IFSA kasi mas gusto namin na mas maging proactive yung company or kami as an entity sa pagpropromote ng food safety, not just for the big corporations and institutions, but also dun sa mga nagsisimula pa lang. So we have plenty of courses relevant to food safety, which I will be flashing later. Okay? Okay, so first things first, let us define hygiene and sanitation. Ano bang ibig sabihin ng hygiene and sanitation? So, when you say hygiene, ang una nating naiisip, di ba, parang hand washing, personal hygiene, which is tama naman. So, essentially, when you refer to hygiene, it is the act of keeping something clean. Okay, so it does not matter if tayo mismo sa katawan natin or yung surroundings natin. So, covered yun ng hygiene. When you say sanitation naman, yung main objective ng sanitation is to properly dispose of any waste. So, normally when you say sanitation in the context of humans, it's for the proper disposal of any waste. So, mainly sa waste treatment natin siya. So, yun yung main objective ng sanitation. So, kung yung hygiene is focused on keeping something clean, yung sanitation is paano mo ma-maintain yung level ng cleanliness required by hygiene. Okay? So usually when we say sanitation, nandun yung kasama siya dun sa SSOP natin, right? So Sanitation Standard Operating Procedures, nandun yung mga steps kung paano ba talaga nililinis yung isang particular na equipment, gaano kadalas mo siya dapat linisin, ano yung mga dapat gamitin rather na chemicals. So yun yung parang main goal ng sanitation, okay? Tapos, I just want to reiterate or to stress, no, na yung good hygiene practice or GHP, this is actually the baseline ng lahat ng food safety practice. So it does not matter kung ano yung product natin, basta involved tayo sa food chain. So halimbawa, nasa sa farm level man tayo, or processing, distribution, or even food service, or in our case, we are selling our products online. So dinideliver natin siya either personally or through other services, dapat nagpa-practice tayo ng good hygiene. And lalo na ngayon, mas relevant siya because of COVID-19, di ba? So now more than ever, na-stress yung need for proper hand washing. So in the context of food safety, there are available training materials that we can use to ensure that our food handlers are performing proper hand washing practices. So yun yung glow germ. So, yung glow germ basically, sinasimulate niya or pag nilagay natin siya sa kamay natin, kunyari, sila yung nag-a-act as germs. Okay? Tapos, under UV light, mag-glow sila, as you can see in the picture. Mag-glow yung glow germ. Then, upon hand washing, dapat walang matitira na nag-glow na kahit ano sa kamay natin. So, ibig sabihin, kapag may nakita tayo na nag-glow na anything dun sa kamay ng food handler natin after hand washing, ibig sabihin, hindi adequate or hindi enough yung hand washing technique ng food handler natin, and dapat maturuan natin sila ng maayos kung paano ba talaga dapat naghuhugas ng kamay. And again, sa food handling, nandun din yung paggamit ng gloves. So, tayo mismo, we should know na dapat gumagamit tayo ng gloves when we are handling food, especially kung yung food natin is high risk. So, when you say high risk, sila yung mga mas madaling makontaminate or masira. Okay? So, yung paggamit ng gloves, dapat may guidelines din yan. Hindi pwede na yung gloves na sinuot natin, whole day na natin siyang gagamitin. So ideally, yung gloves, nire-replace siya or pinapalitan every 2 hours, or kapag merong punit or sira or something dun sa gloves natin. So yun yung ideal way ng paggamit ng gloves. And of course, dapat yung gloves na ginagamit natin applicable sa product na meron tayo. Okay? And on that note, gusto ko lang i-stress yung risk analysis kasi very important yung risk analysis when we are assessing kung ano ba dapat yung level ng hygiene and sanitation practices that we have in our processing facility. So sabi dito, what is the risk factor of your product and your process? Importante to kasi kung makikita mo na high risk yung product mo at yung process mo, dapat mas mahigpit lahat ng hygiene and sanitation practices na meron tayo sa kung saan man natin ginagawa yung produkto natin. So, ano ba yung mga example ng mga high-risk products? For example, kung ang produkto natin is ready-to-eat na salads. So, kung ready-to-eat salad yun, ibig sabihin, upon the arrival of our product doon sa consumer, wala silang gagawin, hindi nila to iinitin, hindi nila ima-microwave, or hindi nila lulutuin ulit, kakainin na agad nila. So, kung meron man contaminant, or it doesn't matter no kung biological or chemical yung contaminant natin, wala nang paraan para matanggal yung hazard doon sa food natin. So, we classify ready-to-eat food products, especially yung mga fresh, and hindi nag-undergo ng any heat treatment as high-risk product. Ano naman yung mga produkto na mas mababa yung risk? Yung mga produkto na mas mababa yung risk is yung mga canned goods. So I know na nakikita ko sa Facebook na meron ding mga, or dumami rather, yung nagbebenta ng mga gourmet tuyo, gourmet tinapa. So sila, because of the process nung paggawa ng product nila, relatively lower risk sila. Pero it does not mean na pwede silang maging lax or maging mas, what do you call this? Yeah, hindi pwede na mas lax sila or mas basta-basta yung hygiene and sanitation practices nila dahil safe yung produkto nila. So, hindi ganun yun. Okay? So, it just so happened that lower yung risk ng product nila compared to other products. So, it is very important that we perform risk analysis in our product and our processes. Okay? Okay. So, ano yung baseline ano yung main na ginagawa natin for hygiene and sanitation? It's cleaning. Okay? So, essentially, cleaning is the act of removing dirt from the surface of something. So, pag naglilihuhugas tayo ng mga utensils na ginamit natin sa pag-prepare ng produkto natin, typically, di ba, ang una natin ginagawa, tinatanggal natin yung mga tira-tirang product or kahit na anong extraneous material. So when you say soils, hindi siya lupa, okay? So when you say soils, anything na natira dun sa surface mo, so it could be any organic matter or just any leftover material dun sa surface. Okay, so tatanggalin natin yun, sa Tagalog, pispis. So tatanggalin natin yung mga natitira na product, and then after that, i-rinse natin siya ng water. So bakit importante na i-rinse? Kasi kapag diniretso mo siya dun sa sponge or brush, kung ano man yung ginagamit natin na may soap, mas mahihirapan tayong maglinis kung diretso. So pre-rinsing is necessary, no? So after pre-rinsing, kung ano man yung natitira na leftover doon sa surface, so it doesn't matter if table yan or pan or pot or chopping board, yun. So you clean and scrub using your dishwashing liquid or kung ano man yung ginagamit natin na chemical. Then after that, you rinse. So after yung final rinsing, ano yung usual na ginagawa natin? Kasi di ba sa bahay, usually after rinsing, ipapadry natin and that's it. Right? Pero you have to remember that you now have a business, you now have an added responsibility to ensure the safety of your product kasi we owe our customers or our clients to ensure na mananatiling safe yung produkto natin. Okay? Sorry about that. Hold on. Okay. Na mananatiling safe yung produkto natin. Okay? So, yun yung question mark dito. So, dapat we sanitize all our utensils, all our materials na ginagamit sa pag-prepare ng product natin. And likewise, kasama sa risk analysis natin, no, ano yung tamang cleaning implement na kailangan nating gamitin. So this is just a picture, hindi ibig sabihin ito dapat ganito yung ginagamit nyo, okay? Kasi kung mas applicable sa atin yung paggamit ng scouring pads or sponges, so, yun yung gagamitin natin. Kasi, for example, marami tayong ginagamit na malalim na vessel, dapat may long-handled sponge or brush tayo to ensure na nasa scrub natin yung surface ng utensil na ginagamit natin. And, gusto kong i-stress ulit yung importance ng potable water. So, it is very important na potable yung, or pwedeng inumin, yung tubig na ginagamit natin even in cleaning. Okay? So, yung tap water natin, I think required naman na dapat potable yung tap water natin, pero kailangan sure din tayo na malinis talaga yung ginagamit nating tubig sa paglilinis. Okay? So, hindi lang limited yung paggamit ng potable water as an ingredient or as a processing material sa product natin. Dapat pati yung ginagamit natin sa paglilinis, malinis din yung tubig. So, if your source is municipal water, medyo hindi natin to problema. But for those na merong sarili na water source, kasi especially in the province, no, maraming may, hindi naman siya deep well, pero may sarili sila, hindi sila connected sa municipal water. So you just have to ensure na potable yung tubig na nanggagaling dun sa source natin. Okay? Alright, so after everything has been cleaned, paano natin ngayon sinisigurado na malinis ba talaga yung surface na nilinis natin? Okay, so how clean is clean? So usually, di ba, tinitingnan lang natin yung surface kung may natitira ba na dirt or anything na mga dikit-dikit dun sa nilinis natin. Inaamoy din natin yung halimbawa, yung plate, di ba? It's a very common practice, especially if yung food na nanggaling dun sa plate is medyo oily. So, inaamoy natin kung may natira bang amoy. And lastly, tinatouch natin or tinitingnan natin by using feel natin by using our hands kung may natira bang sebo or kahit na ano. Okay? So this is acceptable sa home setting, pero as I mentioned kanina, may added responsibility tayo as entrepreneurs to ensure the safety of our products. So ano ba yung mga pwede niyong gamitin? What can you look forward to na mga tools to verify yung cleaning efficacy natin? So sa industry, may mga ginagamit such as protein swabs. So yung protein swab, very simple chemical reaction. Kapag nag-color siya, ibig sabihin may leftover protein residue pa yung surface. Ibig sabihin, hindi adequate or hindi enough yung paglilinis na ginawa natin. Okay? Yung mas higher end or yung mas analytical na way ng pag-verify ng cleaning is through using ATP monitoring systems. So dito, kasi with protein swabs, qualitative siya. So it just gives you pass or fail. Okay? So wala kang numbers na makikita. Whereas for ATP monitoring systems, may exact RLU levels or relative light units tayo na makikita. So more or less, masasabi mo kung malinis ba siya or hindi. Okay? And makikita mo rin, halimbawa, kung bagsak siya, gaano kataas yung ibinagsak niya. Or kung halimbawa, pasado siya, gaano siya kalapit sa pagbagsak. So, yung ganong information kasi, it will help us assess kung nagkakaroon ba ng problema yung system natin. Okay? So, yun yung advantages kapag gumagamit tayo ng mga ganitong uri ng technology. Okay? So, natatanggal yung hindi na siya subjective kasi yung malinis na plato for me, pwedeng hindi malinis para sa nanay ko, di ba? So, with using these technologies, parang no questions asked, malinis yung isang surface. Okay? Okay, so after cleaning, as I mentioned kanina, hindi pwede na pagkatuyo, yun na yun. Alright? So, kailangan sinasanitize natin siya. So, when you say sanitize, the act of applying sanitizers to a surface to reduce microbial population by 99.9%. So, ito, lagi nating nakikita tong percentage na to sa mga commercials, right? For disinfectants. Pero, or other sanitizers din, especially hand sanitizers. Pero, in the context of microbiology, yung 99.9%, hindi siya ganun ka-safe. Ang ibig ko sabihin, halimbawa, kung meron man tayo na 10 million na microorganisms sa isang surface, yung 99.9% nun is 10,000. So, ibig sabihin, malaki pa, or madami pa rin yung pwedeng maiwan na microorganism sa isang surface. Okay? Tapos, kailangan din nating i-ensure na tama or applicable yung sanitizer na ginagamit natin. Okay? So, normally, when you say sanitizing or kung ano yung normal practice na ginagawa or pwede natin gawin sa bahay, is by using boiling water, di ba? It's very common na yung mga spoon and fork natin, ginagamitan natin ng boiling water. So, wala namang problema doon kasi the use of heat is one very effective sanitizer, yung paggamit ng liquid heat or boiling in this process, in this case, or steaming. Pero you have to ensure lang na maho-hold mo at that temperature yung boiling water kapag in-expose mo siya doon sa surface natin or sa utensil natin. Okay? Kasi kapag hindi na-expose ng medyo matagal yung utensil natin sa boiling water, pwedeng hindi enough yung time para masanitize niya yung surface. Okay? And you can also use boiling water sa pag-sanitize ng packaging material natin. So halimbawa, yung product natin is spreads or jams, you can actually use boiling water to sanitize your glass jars. Okay? So that's for packaging sanitizing lang ha, pero yung pag-process ng canning or the appertization part dun sa glass jars or any product na ilalagay natin sa glass jar, ibang usapan yun, okay? Kasi hindi yun same ng treatment. However, hindi kasi lahat ng materials pwede natin gamitan ng boiling water as sanitizer. So ano yung mga yun? Halimbawa, itong dalawa. So, your chopping boards, it is not recommended to use boiling water sanitizers, okay? Kasi hindi siya enough. Alright? And yung mga PET bottles na ginagamit natin, no? Especially yung mga cold fill bottles, kasi pag sinabi mong cold fill, hindi mainit yung ilalagay mo, so hindi mo masasanitize yung loob ng packaging material mo. So, ano yung pwede natin gamitin? Okay? Kasi out of the question ang boiling water for this type of materials. Also, halimbawa, you want to sanitize yung surface ng table na ginagamit natin, hindi rin practical gumamit ng boiling water for tabletops, okay? Hindi siya practical. Masyadong malaki yung surface area, and pag binuhusan mo yan ng boiling water, remember sinabi ko kanina na dapat ma-maintain mo yung temperature ng tubig for a certain amount of time para ma-ensure na na-sanitize mo yung surface. So if you use boiling water for tables, hindi mo ma-achieve yung requirement na yun. So what can you use? Okay. So I mentioned kanina, 'di ba? Dapat applicable yung sanitizer na gagamitin natin. And one very common sanitizer na available for us is chlorine or bleach. Okay? So in all caps ko dito, food grade siya dapat. So ibig sabihin, yung bleach na gagamitin natin, walang fragrances, walang kahit na anong additives. So yung mga bleach na color safe, fresh blossom, or whatnot, hindi natin siya pwedeng gamitin as a sanitizer for our food contact surfaces. Okay? And likewise, aside from the nature of your sanitizer, so di ba, dapat pag bleach, yung plain, yung original variant, yung pinaka-plain, yun yung gagamitin natin. Meron din tayong tinatawag na food safe concentration for our food contact surfaces sanitizer. Okay? So for food contact surfaces, yung recommended is 100 to 200 ppm ng chlorine or bleach for 1 to 5 minutes. So yun yung exposure time. Ganun mo siya dapat katagal ibababad sa chlorine or bleach solution natin. Ngayon, ano yung ppm? ppm stands for parts per million. So pwede mo yung i-compute, pero gamitin na lang natin to. Okay? So this one is from the University of California. Yan. So guide lang to, no? So makikita nyo dito, per gallon of water, so using household bleach, assuming na 5.25% sodium hypochlorite yung bleach natin, in order to reach 200 ppm, you have to use 1 tablespoon per gallon of water. Okay, so makikita nyo dito, may mga matataas hanggang 3,200 ppm, hindi natin yan pwedeng gamitin for food. Okay, so at 1,600 or 2,200 ppm, as disinfectant na to. So, pang-COVID na siya. Hindi na siya for food safety. Okay? So, you have to ensure na hindi tayo masyadong mataas yung gagamitin na chlorine concentration. And one thing about using chlorine as a sanitizer, importante na dapat everyday freshly prepared yung chlorine solution natin. Okay? Hindi pwede na iintayin nating maubos yung na-prepare natin na solution bago tayo gumawa ng bago. Kasi yung chlorine, madali siyang ma-degrade. Kaya dapat, again, potable water yung gagamitin natin sa paggawa ng chlorine solution. So, paano natin malalaman? Assuming na naglagay na tayo ng 1 tablespoon in 1 gallon of water, how will we verify na tama yung concentration ng chlorine natin? So, right now, sinasabi ko na don't depend on your sense of smell. So, hindi porket amoy chlorine or amoy bleach, ibig sabihin okay yung ginagawa natin. Okay? So, medyo mahaba-habang discussion yun about free chlorine and total chlorine. Pero what you can do, there are available test strips for chlorine concentration, such as this one, Sensafe Free Chlorine Water Check. So, kung gagamitin natin siya as sanitizer, dapat i-check natin yung free chlorine. Okay? Kasi maraming types ng chlorine, may total, may combined chlorine. Pero as sanitizer, dapat ang i-check natin is yung level ng free chlorine. So this will give you an idea kung anong level ba yung free chlorine sa solution natin. However, yung mga test strips kasi semi-quantitative siya. So i-compare mo lang yung color para malaman relatively anong level ng chlorine or ng free chlorine yung nasa solution. So yung mas sophisticated technology is by using meters. So with this one, Exact Micro 20, makikita mo kung ano yung exact free chlorine concentration ng solution natin. And of course, mas mataas yung accuracy kasi meron tayong reader. Okay? So yan yung mga technologies na pwede natin gamitin to ensure na proper yung hygiene and sanitation practices na ginagawa natin sa ating operations. Okay? So I just want to remind everyone, a good quality food is a safe food. So hindi pwede na ang concern lang natin is masarap ba yung pagkain ko. So or yung produkto ko, dapat itatanungin din natin yung sarili natin, safe ba yung produkto ko? Kasi again, we owe this to our customers and our clients. So for IFSA, ito yung mga courses na ino-offer namin. Yun. So we have food hygiene and sanitation. This is given by one of the professors in UPLB, Sir Brian Oliveros. And we also have Serve Safe Food Protection Manager. So ito yung mga applicable sa atin, but we also have other topics regarding food safety, pero ito yung mga more advanced. Okay, such as food allergen management, environmental monitoring program, as well as other food safety management system requirements. Okay. So that's it. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for DOST for inviting me to talk with the launch of your new project. And remember that food safety is both a right and a responsibility. So if you have any questions, feel free to email me. And you can also visit our websites at www.ifsa.com.ph and www.glenwood.ph. Thank you and good morning.
Ayan, so ngayon we are now aware on some of the technologies. Thank you very much, Ms. Dalaw. We are now aware on some of the technologies that can help us ensure na napapractice natin ang food safety. And hopefully, ma-imbibe natin ang importance nito kahit saang parte pa tayo ng ating food safety systems. And maramdaman natin ang bigat ng responsibility na ito. As what Ms. Angel said, a good quality food is a safe food. And as I've noticed, marami rin po tayong questions na nare-receive dito sa ating Facebook Live and our Zoom. If you have, unfortunately, we are limited on our time. If you have questions, I believe we can reach Miss Angel Dallow's contact details and you can direct your questions to her later on. Now that we are aware of the basics of food safety, we can now go to the moment na hinihintay natin. Yung dahilan bakit ba nagsama-sama tayo today. Para malaman natin kung ano ba itong FSAT or Food Safety Assessment Tool. To know more about this project, sabahan natin si Jonah, na online food seller, at pakinggan ang kwento niya.
This is Jonna. Due to the pandemic, she was set to work from home. She's multi-talented and loves to cook. She has this idea to take this opportunity to make use of her hobby and sell foods online. But wait, how will she know if she's preparing food safely? With the lack of regulating bodies for online food sellers, consumers have no one to ask, is this shop preparing food safely? And in the case of Jonna, how will she gain the trust from customers? With that, the Department of Science and Technology Calabarzon's food safety team crafted a project to guide these online food sellers to ensure that food safety is practiced. The FSAT, or Food Safety Self-Assessment Tool.
FSAT is a series of guide questions benchmarked from the initial efforts of DOST Caraga Food Safety Team, DOST Food and Nutrition Research Institute, and DOST Central Luzon Food Safety Team to help guide the food service industry towards ensuring food safety.
This food grading system is acquired from the training program on strengthening national food control system, assuring food safety, quality, and traceability through innovative food testing technologies, spearheaded by DOST in partnership with Nanyang Polytechnic and Temasek Foundation in Singapore.
This time, Calabarzon Food Safety Team took it up a notch and projects to establish a web application where online food sellers like Jonah can ensure that basic food hygiene is observed from her kitchen up to the plates of her customers.
FSAT is composed of 46 questions, focusing on 9 aspects to ensure food safety and is tailor fitted with the new normal. These include personal hygiene, quality and protection of food, utensils and equipment, food preparation area, garbage storage and pest control, refrigerators and freezers, toilet and hand washing facility, handling and delivering of food, and regulatory requirements.
To ensure that they will understand the principles behind the guide questions, Jonah and other online food sellers will have to undergo a basic food safety training course facilitated by the Calabarzon Food Safety Team before using the FSAT. After completing the food safety training, the food seller can now use the FSAT. The knowledge they got from the training will help them assess their level of compliance to the food safety standard. And to verify the results of inspection, Calabarzon Food Safety Team will soon tie up with the local government unit to cross-check the accuracy of Jonah's self-inspections with the results of the local health inspector.
Once verified, a rating is given to Jonna with an equivalent grade depending on her compliance. This compliance rating will also help the customers identify the level of food safety practices in Jonah's shop.
Currently, the pilot batch of online food sellers in Laguna has been trained on basic food hygiene and has experience using the guide questions. And a beta version of the website is also currently being developed and improved by DOST Calabarzon's Management Information Systems Unit. In this web application, the food sellers will not only be able to assess themselves, but also see their progress. It will show them their strengths and their opportunities for improvement. The Calabarzon Food Safety and MIS teams are working hand in hand to bring a comprehensive tool not only to the food producers and food regulatory agencies, but also to consumers. DOST Calabarzon stays true to its goal of ensuring that food safety is practiced even amidst the pandemic. It upholds DOST's vision to provide safe foods for everyone through science, technology, and innovation.
Ayan, now that we have an idea and overview of FSAT and narinig na natin ang kwento ni Jonah, let's have DOST Calabarzon's Assistant Regional Director, Ms. Amelita P. Bagsit, to give us a deeper understanding of this project.
Hi. Hi Jake, magandang umaga po. Magandang makaagham na umaga po sa ating lahat. Lalong-lalo na po sa ating mga kasamahan sa DOST regional offices and our food safety team sa respective regional offices natin. So, just to add some more information doon po sa kwento ni Jonah that we have seen this morning, I will be sharing with you kung ano po ba itong ating nilo-launch today na food safety self-assessment tool. So today, DOST Calabarzon is delighted to share with you one of our initiatives to make our programs and projects relevant to the needs of time, specifically during this time of pandemic. So the project Food Safety Assessment Tool. Actually, the food safety assessment is not a new concept para sa ating lahat. I'm sure na yung ating mga participants this morning ay expert na or very familiar when it comes to food safety assessment. But ano ba yung bagong offering? What is new with food safety assessment tool that we are launching today? So as we go over sa aking presentation, I hope that masabi namin or maiparating namin yung mensahe or yung purpose ng ating FSS FSSA tool or Food Safety Self-Assessment Tool. So kagaya nga po nung nabanggit na sa ating video, during this time of pandemic, nabago yung ating how we live our life. So most of us, especially our senior citizens, our elderly, and the young ones, what we call the vulnerable groups ay wala silang option but to stay at home. So yung buying habits or yung buying pattern ng mga families ay nabago. So it is brought by this pandemic kasi nga po restricted yung movement ng ating mga tao and also yung movement ng ating mga products. And with this pandemic, most of us or some of us, thankful kami na sa government ay hindi masyadong naapektuhan yung aming work or yung aming job security. But in the private sector, most of the employees ay na-retrench or they lose their job. And some of them, siyempre yung mga Pilipino, ano tayo, resilient tayo. And some of them even find opportunity dito sa ating pandemic na ito. So they shift to other business or other forms of employment or self-employment. So naging napaka-creative natin and we were able to use yung ating mga online platforms to push or to sell yung ating mga products. And that includes yun pong ating mga pagkain or ang ating mga food. But with the shift of platform changes on at our buying habits in manner of preparing our foods or making our food available para sa ating family, nandun din po yung challenge on how to ensure, kagaya nga po ng sinabi ni Jonah, how to ensure that yung food ay safe para sa ating mga consumers. Next po. Next slide. So, how can we be assured that the food that we sell, that the food that we get from these online sellers are safe? So, that is why we are offering this food safety self-assessment tool. Kasi, as mentioned in the video, many of us, or many of the online food sellers are kumbaga career shifters. So from one career or from one employment, they shifted to food selling business. And hindi naman, syempre, meron tayong mga basic idea or basic knowledge about food safety, but unlike those na food establishments that are already existing pre-pandemic, very, very informed na sila or malawak na yung kanilang knowledge when it comes to food handling. And nakita po ito ng DOST Calabarzon, the need to guide, to give information or to for our food online sellers to make them aware of the relevance and how to comply with the food safety requirements. Next slide, please. So what are the project objectives? So to ensure that food safety is practiced, the food safety self-assessment tool was crafted with the following objectives. So first is to promote food hygiene and food safety to both food business operators and consumers. So as I've said, it is really a challenge for food safety establishments, yung mga career shifters, to comply with a basic food hygiene. And also, all the more, yung consumers natin ay kinakailangan natin na ma-protect sila or mabigyan ng assurance that the food they will be buying from the online food sellers will be safe for their family. And secondly, to provide technical assistance to the home-based food online sellers on food safety. So kagaya ng sinabi ni Jonah, or dun sa ating video, hindi lang po yung, kumbaga hindi outright or immediately that we are promoting the use of food safety as self-assessment tool without providing kung ano muna yung assistance natin dun sa ating mga online sellers. Siyempre nga, kinakailangan muna natin silang magkaroon ng basic awareness or basic knowledge on food safety, on how to ensure na yung kanilang food preparation process will be safe before sila mag-proceed on checking or monitoring if they really are complying with the requirements of food safety. So yun po yung sinasabi natin dito sa pangalawang objective na to provide technical assistance. So we will be providing, and actually we have already provided initial training or preliminary trainings for dun po sa ating mga beneficiaries or dun sa mga unang adopters natin ng ating food safety self-assessment tool. A third objective is to establish food safety self-assessment tool for home-based or online food processors and sellers. So yun na nga po, we have already established or crafted yun pong ating FSSAT. And then lastly, to develop an online platform or a mobile application of EFSAT. Siyempre, now that most of us, if not all of us, are into online or into online business, or whether we are transacting via online or using it for any other purpose, lahat po tayo ay virtually na halos yung ating interaction. And to piggyback on that concept, or kung sabihin man natin na FAD yun, kinakailangan din na yung ating mga programa, yung ating mga projects dito sa government ay susunod tayo kung nasa saan yung ating mga adapters, kung nasa saan yung ating mga customers. So yun po yung concept kung bakit we crafted or we developed ito pong ating FSSAT. Next slide. So ano po ba yung ating project overview? So as I've said, food safety assessment is not a new tool or new concept for all of us. Kumbaga parang ano lang po ito, repurpose, retrofitted program para po to make our, again, as I've said, to make our programs and projects relevant to the needs of times. So nasabi rin po dun sa ating ABP na yung concept ng FSSAT came from or can be traced back dun po sa ating programa with Nanyang Polytechnic ng Singapore and also Temasek Foundation na again, most of the DOST food safety team na kasama natin dito have attended. So we had a training program on strengthening national food safety control system or assuring food safety, quality, and traceability. I think that was 3 years ago, and most of our FSAT food safety team ng DOST were able to attend. So during the training, we were introduced to a very, very good concept on food establishments grading system. And out of that training, ang ating pong mga kasamahan sa DOST Caraga, DOST Region 3, and DOST FNRI ay mabilis po silang nakadevelop nung kanilang respective food establishment grading system. So taking off from those evaluation system or assessment tool ay eto naman po, dinevelop namin ng DOST Calabarzon yung atin pong EFSAT. So again, we would like to acknowledge the help ng amin pong consultant, our very own food safety expert, si Dr. Lydia Mangiat, who guided us in preparing this tool. So we have also referenced our EFSAT to WHO guidelines and the Food Safety Institute in Singapore. Yun pong mga guidelines na ginamit dito. And then first we developed the assessment tool, and we have pilot tested doon po sa ating mga willing na and very active na mga home-based food sellers or online food sellers na na-recruit po namin to take part or to be the pilot users of this EFSAT. So nagkaroon na po kami ng trainings to give them or to make them aware on the basic concept of food safety. And then we have also let them use yung atin pong assessment tool. First is yun muna pong ginamit natin is yung hard copy or the paper and pen. And then based on their comments, dinevelop po yun, ni-revise, and then our MIS develop yun pong ating online platform or web-based na food safety assessment tool. And now, we are now here to launch, a soft launch, this FSAT system. So yan po, as I've mentioned, yun pong ating kumbaga trial to gauge kung ano po ba yung how do our respondents or our target users would respond doon po sa ating assessment tool. Ano po ba yung mga understanding nila? Would they have difficulty in answering yung ating pong mga assessment question? Ginamit muna po namin yung ating hard copy or the paper and pen method. And then after that, yun nga po, dinevelop natin yung ating pong web-based na food safety self-assessment tool. So as already reported dun sa ating ABP, we had our, kumbaga, first launch ng ating pong FSAT doon, last October 13 to 14, virtually. We met with our adapters, with the users, and let them experience or kumbaga, pinatest natin sa kanila kung ano yung, kung paano yung paggamit ng ating FSAT. But before that, yun nga po, kagaya ng sinabi ko, they were given a crash course or short awareness seminar on food safety for food handling, on food handling. Next. So next po. So yun po yung mga nagawa na namin prior to launching of this FSAT. Moving on to the features po ng ating FSAT. So thank you. Just to emphasize kung ano po yung sinasabi ng ating video. So again, FSAT is available or web-based pa po siya. So kumbaga yung sinasabi natin that soon it will be available in all can be accessed using all our devices. So including po yung ating cellphone or mobile phones. So kagaya po nung sinabi dun sa ating video, so easy to log in or access ito pong ating FSAT. For the DOST participants here, I know familiar yung look ng ating FSAT. So kumbaga hindi tayo magkakaroon ng difficulty in using the technology kasi yan po ay ang the look niya, yung kanyang mga basically kung paano namin pinisent yung features ay very similar dun sa dun sa existing systems na ginawa na ng or available na or ginawa na ng ang DOST Calabarzon. So at the moment, access to the website will be through sending of email to DOST4A. Nandyan po, dost4a.fsat@gmail.com. So you still need to send us email for you to be given access to the FSAT. But soon, kapag po ito ay na-transition na ng aming MIS into or maging available na ito sa other devices or maging ano bang tawag doon? Instead the web-based ay yung magiging available na siya doon sa ating mga app store or application na siya, then mas magiging madali na yung access. So ang kausap na natin will not be email but the system will be sending email to us to confirm just like any other app na meron tayong available, we will facilitate na less na yung kumbaga interaction or approval pa na manggagaling sa via email. So automatic na dapat yung ating kumbaga access or approval ng access. So as mentioned, meron itong mga dashboard na kung saan makikita natin yung analytics on our performance daily when it comes to compliance dun sa 9 areas or 9 aspects na ini-evaluate or ina-assess natin sa ating food business or food preparation business. So meron tayo ditong information on how do we fare doon sa ating score, the number of inspections that we have conducted in a week, in a month. So may historical data po ito that we can access kung ano yung ating trend ng performance when it comes to compliance doon sa ating mga assessment items. So we will be also doing some like for example, we are not faring well or not rating well dun sa isang aspect. So as feature po nitong ating FSAT, we will be doing some suggestion on how to improve our scores. What can be done or what could we do to improve our present system or our present practices for us to get higher rating. So next. So kagaya po nung nasabi din dun sa video, yun pong ating rating system, depending on the grade, we will be having descriptive rating. So kung excellent, kung very satisfactory, and if we are not faring well. Next. So just to mention some of the references na where we got or where we benchmark itong ating mga concept on FSAT. So flashed on our screen ang ating pong mga references just to acknowledge kung saan po nanggaling yung ating evaluation tool. So ano po yung ating mga future additions o improvement na gagawin pa sa FSAT? So yung ating data analytics of high and low rating scores per category. Kasi at the moment, ang ating pong rating, kapag ginamit natin yung tool, ay overall. So hindi po siya naka-breakdown per category level or per assessment category. So yun po yung isang improvement na gagawin namin para we will be able to know kung or specifically see kung saang rating category tayo not faring well. So we will also be revising yun pong frequency ng inspection per category kasi at the moment lahat ng categories na yon ay kinakailangan nating sagutan or i-assess per assessment schedule. So kung daily yung assessment natin, lahat ng categories na yon or lahat ng questions na yon ay we should answer. But in the future, we will be looking into which category ay hindi naman kinakailangan natin sa ating daily inspection. Kumbaga, based from our knowledge on food safety, what are the aspect or the category na that we need to evaluate daily, weekly, or monthly. So para po hindi masyadong tasking on our part or dun sa ating mga users na lahat ng aspects ay sasagutin, well in fact, hindi naman yon daily yung pag-change nung status niya. We will also make the application more accessible for public. So again, kapag up na po siya, nakita ko dun sa screen natin kung siya ba ay may nag-question sa ating participant kung ito ba ay available na sa ating mga app store. So soon po, yun po ang aming pangarap that soon it will be available dun po sa ating mga app store para po mas accessible doon sa ating mga users. Kumbaga mas convenient para sa atin. So related to that, yung application can be downloaded on mobile devices. So yun po yung ating pangarap, future nito pong FSAT. So isa rin po sa maganda siguro that we should include dito sa ating FSAT, ito po ay suggestion na rin sa ating mga developers na dahil ito po ay ginagawa natin available as mobile app, I think we should also make an online, yung awareness training natin should also be available siguro via YouTube para at anytime at the convenience of our users ay mapapanood nila or makikita nila kung ano yung mga basic concepts or basic knowledge that they should know for them to be able to understand and appreciate yun pong ating FSAT tool na gagamitin sa evaluation. Kasi mahirap tayong mag-evaluate ng something na hindi natin nalalaman or naiintindihan yung concept kung ano ba yung ating ini-evaluate. So parang in a form of online training na rin tayo. But we will also be having yung parang active na consultation doon sa ating mga participants. So in case that they still need some virtual consultation, then we will make sure that our food safety team will be available to answer their queries. So yun po yung mga nakikita namin na future or ano pa yung mga enhancement that we should do when it comes to FSSAT project namin. So sabi dito, who are the people that can also benefit from this project? So as I've mentioned, ang una pong target natin ay yung ating mga food businesses or home-based food businesses selling online. So ito po ang ating first and foremost na target user. And secondly, syempre po, yung ating regulators. So at the moment, medyo blurry pa, hindi pa masyadong maliwanag sa atin kung who will be regulating or who will be ensuring that online food selling will comply with the food safety requirements. So yun po ang ating next target would be the regulators. And of course, yung pong ating mga consumers. So kasi kung we will be ensuring or kung yung pong ating mga food regulators would really require na yung ating pong mga online sellers ay magkakaroon sila ng rating or grading system. So alam po ng ating mga consumers, alin ba dito sa mga online sellers na to ang may assurance tayo na safe yung kanilang binibili na pagkain. So it will be beneficial, kumbaga parang marketing edge nung ating mga online food sellers for them to have a rating nung ating kung sino man po yung ating regulating body na nakalagay dun sa site nila na ito ay kung A ba siya or very good ba siya, excellent ba siya. So yun po ay marketing edge ng ating online seller. On the part of the consumers or the buying public, then they will be informed kung alin dun yung safe. So kung gusto natin na meron tayong peace of mind, assurance na kung ano yung binibili natin at sineserve natin sa ating family ay safe, then we can rely on the rating grade or ratings scale na makikita doon sa website ng mga online sellers. So sabi nga natin, ang purpose nitong ating FSAT is auditing to make auditing easy. So at ito po ay self-assessment initially, self-assessment meaning yun pong mismong initiative po ng online seller, yun pong pag-assess ng kanilang practices on food preparations and also dun sa kanilang facilities and even yung kanilang mga food handlers. But eventually, kagaya ng sinabi ko, we will try to connect or to promote this FSAT to our regulatory bodies. Kasi syempre, hindi naman pwede na yung mismong online food sellers yung magbigay ng rating sa kanyang sarili. There must be somebody with authority and expertise to kumbaga confirm or validate na yung kanyang rating talaga ng isang specific food online sellers ay talagang compliant doon sa ating food safety requirements. So that would be another challenge on how to conduct virtual audit doon po sa ating mga online sellers. And that would be, I think, the next level that this project must pursue is to convince yung ating pong mga regulating agencies to adapt or make use of our developed assessment tool. So again, just to promote or inform the public of access or kung saan po natin makikitang site itong ating FSAT. So yan po, flashed on our screen. So next. So I think yun po yung kabuuan ng ating nilo-launch or na project for this morning, which is the Food Safety Self-Assessment Tool. So we are hoping that all our participants were able to take a glimpse or maybe appreciation nun pong ating assessment tool. And sana rin po ay we are looking forward na yun pong ating mga kasamahan sa regional offices ay kagaya po ng dati ay we are willing to share ito pong ating assessment tool once na ito po ay polished and pwede na nating magamit na extensively sa ating mga respective food safety teams. So we'll be very willing to share naman po itong ating developed assessment tool. So with that, magandang umaga po sa ating lahat and sana po ay mas pag-igihin pa natin or mas mapagtibay pa natin ang ating commitment, lalong-lalo na po sa food safety team ng DOST, ang atin pong assistance on food safety assurance. Muli po, magandang umaga sa ating lahat.
Ayan, so thank you so much, ARD Bagsit. And yes, online na po ang ating FSAT. You can check it out by using your browsers and type in fsat.dostcalabarzon.ph. That's with double S. Pero syempre, before you do that, you have to register to us, which you can do by reaching us through an email at dost4a.fsat@gmail.com. Or you can like and message us through our Facebook page at DOST Calabarzon. And yes, talaga namang patuloy ang innovations and improvement ng website na ito, kasama ang Management Information Systems Unit ng DOST Calabarzon na siyang dahilan para mag-materialize ang ating web application. As Ms. Bagsit already discussed, nagkaroon na ng initial efforts and initiatives ang ating program involving our online food sellers na nag-arise especially ngayong pandemic. Kamakailan nga lamang ay nagkaroon ng initial deployment ng FSAT kasama ang mga selected online food sellers natin dito sa Calamba, Los Baños, and Bae area. From the comments of these individuals, kinalap ng Food Safety Unit ng DOST Calabarzon ito para ayusin at pagandahin pa ang ating assessment tool. Why don't we hear some of the thoughts and comments of our participants from our training who have used this tool? First, we have one of the rising stars in the food business here in Laguna area. They are well known for their boneless lechon belly and their cheesy baked bangus. Talaga namang putok-batok ang produkto nila. And they stay true to their tagline, food quality is our commitment and passion. To give us a response regarding the FSAT, we have from Aldros Foods, Mr. Alejandro Al Asp.
Magandang araw po. Ako po si Al Asma at kasama po ang aking asawa na si Danica Santiago. Kami po ang may-ari ng Aldros Foods. Bari ang Aldros Foods po, sa ngayon po dalawa lang po ang produkto namin. Boneless lechon belly tsaka po yung cheesy baked bangus. Kakasimula lang din po namin noon pong June 2020. Nagsimula po kami nung Father's Day. Sinubukan lang po namin i-promote yung produkto namin sa Facebook. At awa po ng Diyos, marami naman pong tumangkilik at simula po nun, hanggang ngayon po, tuloy-tuloy naman po yung mga orders na pumapasok sa amin. Home base lang po kami, sa bahay lang po namin niluluto yung produkto namin. Sa Facebook lang po pa rin kami nag-promote. Nung simula po, syempre, ang inasahan namin mga umorder, mga kakilala namin. At ayun, sumuporta naman po sila sa amin. Nung naglaon, napansin po namin, meron ng mga umu-order na hindi namin kakilala. Na nakikita lang daw nila sa Facebook o di kaya natikman nila yung produkto namin dun sa mga kakilala na umorder sa amin. Ngayon po, ang delivery po namin ay either kami po ang nagdi-deliver or mayroon na rin po kaming mga partner na motorcycle delivery. Pinipick up na lang po nila sa bahay yung mga produkto na luto na. Yung tungkol naman po sa food safety, meron naman po kaming background. May background na kami ng konti sa food safety. Bilang yung asawa ko po ay dating nagtatrabaho din sa DOST at isa po sa field ng trabaho niya ay may kinalaman din sa food safety. Pero yung mga dagdag na detalye, natutunan po namin to dun sa seminar na inattenda namin nang inimbitahan po kami ni Miss Dayan. Ito po yung seminar tungkol sa food safety na pinangunahan po ng DOST, lalong-lalo na po dahil nga dun sa pandemic na nangyayari sa atin ngayon, yung COVID-19. Na hindi lang dapat kami nagfo-focus sa kalidad at lasa ng produkto namin, pero importante din na simula mong bilhin yung produkto hanggang sa makarating siya sa customer, dapat consistent din yung food safety. So, kagaya po sa amin, ang produkto namin lechon. So, dapat sa pagbili pa lang ng karne, importante na alam na namin kung gaano ba kaligtas. So, sample po sa amin, kailangan yung binibilhan namin ng sariwang baboy, NMIS certified. May tatak dapat yung baboy. So sa ngayon po, nakikita ko naman na may tatak sila. Nakikita ko po yung papel nila na yung papeles ng mga karne nila. Tapos, isa pang importante dapat, natutunan din po namin doon sa seminar, yung specific temperature ng lechon. So sinubukan po namin nung maluto na po siya, so gumamit kami ng yung thermometer para sa pagkain at naabot naman niya, nalalampasan pa nga po. Tapos doon naman sa dapat talaga habang piniprepara namin yung pagkain, malinis ka, tsaka naka-full parang PPE para dun sa produkto para hindi natin ma-contaminate, hindi malagyan ng buhok o yung fluids na nanggagaling sa tao. So yun po dapat, tsaka isa pa, dapat kino-consider din pala dapat namin yung safety ng produkto. Hindi lang siya yung pagkalabas ng produkto sa lutuan, pero dapat iniisip din namin, dapat yung nagdi-deliver ay naiintindihan din niya kung paano i-handle yung produkto namin. Yun po. So sa yung food safety assessment tool, talagang nagiging gabay namin siya, nagiging tuloy-tuloy na gabay namin siya para masigurado na sumusunod kami. So kahit naman alam na namin siya, may mga panahon na makakaligtaan mo o di kaya sa pagmamadali mo mababypass mo. So dapat talaga i-refresh mo lagi yung sarili mo. So yun po. Papasalamat po kami dun sa imbitasyon kasi tuloy-tuloy po at sana po marami pang ma-share nitong yung pong ginawa nilang food safety assessment tool kasi nakakatulong talaga siya. Yun lamang po at salamat po.
Yeah, so thank you so much for this message from Sir Aldros, and hopefully our attendees will get a taste of that lechon belly and baked bangus soon, lalong-lalo na at magpapasko. You can visit their Facebook page as flashed on your screens. From a more established food business owner, we also have a participant who started her online food selling venture this quarantine, where they primarily sell Korean foods. I've already tasted their kimchi jjigae at talaga namang chef's kiss. To give her a response about the project, and we have a short video message from Miss Patricia Matienzo of Patty's Korean Foods.
Hello, ako si Patricia Isabel Matienzo ng Patsy's Korean Food, and isa siyang home-based business, very small lang, na nag-start nitong quarantine. Actually, very late na nito lang, sigurong mga August. And ang aming menu ay kimchi jjigae or kimchi stew. And as of now, ay nag-expand pa rin kami ng aming menu. So, recently, naka-attend ako ng food safety training ng DOST, and very thankful ako na umattend ako ng training na yun kasi na-remind ako what do I have to do before preparing or making the food. So, marami ako, para siyang naging refresher course sa akin na kumbaga, alam ko naman na dapat ginagawa siya. Pero, yung iba doon, syempre, dahil nagpe-prepare ka lang sa bahay, hindi mo na siya masyadong napapractice. Pero ngayon na may customers ka na, kailangan mo siyang i-imbibe and i-practice parate. So, very thankful ako na na-refresh ako on those matters. And regarding sa tool naman ay very user-friendly siya. And gusto ko na na-address yung mga concerns namin nung una namin siyang tinry. And kumbaga, yung interface or yung mismong tool ay nakaayos siya kung anong kailangan mong gawin daily, anong kailangan mong gawin sa mga ganitong buwan. So, yun, very, para sa akin, na wala naman sa food industry, very innovative siya kasi, kumbaga, hindi na siya naka-checklist na lang or nakaplaka na nakapaskil sa kitchen mo. So, kahit nasan ka or wala ka doon, makikita mo, ay, kailangan ko palang gawin to ngayon, or kailangan pala i-remind ko yung mga tao ko na ganito yung gawin, ganyan. So, ayun. For me, very helpful siya sa magiging industry natin soon, lalo na maraming nagbubukas ngayon na food businesses lalo na pandemic. So naghahanap ng mga tao ng kanilang extra income. Ayun, yun lang naman, and thank you very much.
Yeah, so thank you very much from this short message from Miss Patsy. Para sa mga fan ng K-pop and Korean culture dyan, you have to try her kimchi jjigae. And ang masasabi ko lang is, chef's kiss again. This morning has been truly wonderful at mas naging wonderful pa kasi kasama pa rin namin kayo. But all good things must come to an end. So to mark the end of our event this morning, let us welcome, hailed as the best provincial director of DOST Calabarzon for 4 consecutive years, the provincial director of DOST PSTC Batangas. Let us welcome again Ms. Felina Madaban.
Hello. Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. Jake, nadidinig ba ako?
Yes po, ma'am. You are
Okay. Okay. Hindi ko lang mai-on ang aking video ha kasi medyo mahina ang aking internet dito. Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. Ngayong araw na ito ay nagdiriwang ng National Science and Technology Week na may temang agham at teknolohiya, sandigan ng kalusugan, kabuhayan, kaayusan at kinabukasan. Ito pong pagdiriwang na ito ay ginagawa taon-taon ng Department of Science and Technology at dito po sa DOST Calabarzon ay nagsagawa ng mga iba't ibang programa at namula pa noong September hanggang November 2020 at sa mga programa at proyektong ito ay ipinakita ang mga ginagawa at kontribusyon ng kagawaran sa ikauunlad ng mga sektor ng kalusugan, kabuhayan, kaayusan at kinabukasan. Ngayong taon po ay naiiba ang selebrasyon natin dahil po sa pandemic na COVID-19. Pero para po maipagpatuloy itong ating pagdiriwang ay gumamit po tayo ng virtual na gamit ang iba't ibang platform ng communication. At ngayong umaga nga po ay nasaksihan natin at ating pong tinalakay ay ang sektor ng kalusugan. Atin pong nasaksihan ang launching of Food Safety Self-Assessment Tool or the EFSAT for home-based and online sellers. Ang tool na ito ay ginawa ng DOST Calabarzon Food Safety Team na ibinase sa existing food grading systems of FNRI, DOST Region 3 at DOST Caraga na may layunin na tulungan ang mga home-based at food at online food sellers at iba pa pong mga bagong sumusubok sa industriya ng pagkain. Ipinaliwanag po ito ng ating resource speaker na si Ms. Emelita P. Bagsit ng DOST4 Calabarzon, ang aming pong Assistant Regional Director for Technical Operation. May speaker din po tayo na nagbigay ng kanyang kaalaman na si Ms. Angela Cristel Dalaw from the Institute of Food Safety Advancement na makakatulong din po para mapalawak ang kaalaman ng ating mga home-based and online food sellers at iba pa pong dumalo sa pagdiriwang na ito. Nabigyan din po tayo ng inspirasyon ng ating mga home-based at online food sellers na nagbahagi ng kanilang responses na si Mr. Alejandro Asma from Aldros Foods and Ms. Patricia Isabel Matienzo, the owner of the Korean food. Mula po sa aming Regional Director, Dr. Alexander R. Madrigal, at 10 ng mga kawani ng DOST4 Calabarzon, kami po ay taos-pusong nagpapasalamat sa lahat ng mga nakiisa at dumalo sa virtual activity na ito. Muli po, marami pong salamat at magandang umaga. Jake?
Yes po. Ayan. So thank you very much, Ma'am Malabanan. Talaga namang this program and this project is a conjoint between Kabuhayan and Kalusugan to help our online food sellers. This is a truly a great opportunity and platform for our online food sellers to ensure that food safety is practiced from the counters of their kitchens up to the plates of their customers. Again, if you have any questions or clarifications about this project, you may reach us through our email dost4a.fsat@gmail.com, or you can interact with us through our Facebook page at DOST Calabarzon. To get your business registered in FSAT, kindly send us an email of intent so we can register your online food business, and you can begin your venture to a safer and higher quality food products. Again, to be posted on our latest happenings and future webinars, kindly follow and like our Facebook page. That's at DOST Calabarzon. Also, please visit the NSTW website. That's nstw.dostcalabarzon.ph to see DOST Calabarzon's activities in celebration of the National Science and Technology Week. This week, November 23 to 29, DOST will celebrate the first virtual exhibit and activities of the 2020 National Science and Technology Week. Kindly head over to nstw.dost.gov.ph to witness the week-long celebration of this big science and technology event as we will highlight the science, technology, and innovations in the areas of kalusugan, kabuhayan, kaayusan, at kinabukasan. Again, this is Jake from DOST Calabarzon. Thank you so much. Have a good day and remember to keep your food safe. Maraming salamat po.